In this video, I'm going to go over one of the most common questions I get from people in the gym, which is protein powder actually helpful? So protein powder, we all know, it sounds like a great tool, a great supplement to have if you're trying to get some results in the gym. But we're going to be going over things like when is the right time to take it? What should you be taking it for? Is it even worth your money? And all the different variations of what it includes. So let's get started. Protein powder, there's all kinds of types to begin with. There's whey protein isolate, there's plant-based protein powder, there's pea protein powder, all kinds of stuff like that. For most people, unless you have specific dietary restrictions, whey protein is going to be the place to start. It's going to have most of the complete proteins of the amino acids and stuff like that, and it's going to be the most cost-effective too. Now, within whey protein, there's also variations of that. There's isolate and concentrate. Isolate is going to be more filtered and refined, and concentrate is going to be the opposite. A little bit less filtered, more of the lactose, and a higher carb to protein ratio. Concentrate, because of those things, it's going to be a lot cheaper. But isolate, if you want the best of the best, I would get isolate. For me personally, if I am looking for protein powder, I'm going to look for isolate just because I'm very selective with what I use for myself. But I have used concentrate many times in the past. It still works, but I just prefer paying a little bit extra to have a cleaner ingredient profile. So figure out what is important for you. Are you plant-based? Can you have lactose? Are you on a budget? If so, I'd recommend the concentrate and then start from there. Next, does it even really work? Well, the answer is yes, it is protein and it does work in your body, but it's also just a supplement. Like, it's not going to be the thing that transforms your body into this super jacked bodybuilder that they might throw a picture of on the bottle or on the website, right? The reality is none of these supplements that you're going to buy on Amazon or buy on a website are going to get you looking like some jacked bodybuilder. Like, I've heard people say, I don't want to take protein powder because I don't want to look too bulky or I don't want to look like that bodybuilder. That's not going to happen. Trust me. I've been lifting for 11 years using protein powder a long time, and I'm still trying to look like that jacked bodybuilder in some ways. So it doesn't just work like that. What protein powder does in your body is it's quite literally a replacement for chicken breast. Think of it like that. Like, it's just the exact same thing as a traditional protein in real food, but in a powder and drinkable form. So whether you have 6 ounces of chicken or 1.5 scoops of protein powder, it's kind of the same thing in your body. What's different about the powder, and where I think the biggest value comes from it, is that it's much more convenient to use. So let's say it's late at night and you're really trying to get some extra protein in your diet before you go to bed. Are you going to want to cook up some ground beef and eat another meal? Or do you want to just make a quick protein shake with a scoop of powder, some water, and then shake it up and down that in 30 seconds? You're probably going to want to go for the shake. Now, you could still cook up the ground beef, cook a chicken breast, a piece of fish, and consume that and have that be just as helpful in your body. But the protein powder, it's going to be more convenient for most people. So that's the way you should be thinking about using protein powder. Don't think of it as instead of these meals or instead of regular meat or instead of something else, or it's going to be this secret tool to get you super jacked. None of that's true. Think of it as a little tool to use when it's convenient and when you need protein. That's what I would highly recommend. And there's no reason anybody should be using 3-4 scoops of protein powder every day. I would prefer and recommend you get your protein from traditional whole foods themselves, like all of the regular sources I just described. Now, that being said, it can be helpful. It can be convenient. It can be a supplement on top of your diet. Like, if you have a hard time eating and you just don't know how to get an extra protein, you're sore all the time, it can be helpful for those things. But it's not going to transform your physique into whatever famous bodybuilder they're using on the cover of on the front of the bottle. All right. Is it worth your money? At the end of the day, that's kind of up to you and your lifestyle. Like, if you're on the go a lot, you need to bring some stuff with you that's more shelf stable, that doesn't need refrigeration, or if you have a small appetite and it's hard for you to get in enough protein with your regular foods, yeah, it definitely can be worth your money. But from my experiences, I often go weeks or even months without even using protein powder. And my physique doesn't change. I don't suffer any consequences when I stop using protein powder or when I hop back on. It's not like it has a crazy effect like that. Just because I eat enough protein in my foods as it is, and when I don't need it, I don't need it. So for me, like, I think cost per serving in terms of the price you pay for the amount of protein you get, yeah, it's usually worth it, even with an isolate where it's a little more expensive. But if you're not even going to be using it for months on end and you get so much food, nutrition and protein through your diet regularly, you really don't need protein powder. I can see where it's absolutely helpful and useful, and I probably would recommend it for most people trying to get either started in the gym or trying to get some results with their health and fitness, but you don't need it. That's just my experiences. You got to be careful when you listen to the marketing and stuff, all these supplement companies. Like, I don't know if you guys have checked on the directions of these products. They might tell you, like, use 2 scoops right after your workout within 30 minutes, and then like another 2 scoops at nighttime or something. It's kind of just a gimmick to get you to go through the product faster than you would normally, because the more you consume, the more you integrate it into your lifestyle, the more likely you are to buy another bag of it. So that's their goal. Just keep that in mind when you're using any supplements, not just protein powder. But hope this was helpful. Let me know if you guys have any other questions about protein powder or supplements in general. I love talking about this stuff, and I've been around for a long time in the gym and fitness space and tried just about everything. So hopefully it helps. I can share some experiences and some insights so you guys avoid a lot of the same mistakes that I did. Thank you for liking, subscribing, and we'll see you guys on the next one.